Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so okay, now we're back. I'll just try to post something in the old one, giving this link. Let's see here. Wash off part 2. I accidentally hung up on the stream. Spelled. Oh, anyhow. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so you have time, Kasim, to help with the project. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like what we should do is like set you up so you actually have just done like what we did on the last stream. So I help you do like the first, just easiest, smallest contribution to the project. So we just get up and going.
Yeah.
But actually, if you have time this week, I will try to invite you as a team member, because then you don't have to wait for all the code to be like, if you want to do some stuff on your own, you can totally do that. So the plan is to kind of invite people so we can have an ongoing development as a true, like, so we can be true like distributed team.
Yeah.
But it just to make sure everyone like following this project, like my idea is not to get you people in and like, oh, now you have to dedicate 5 hours each week, otherwise I will get mad. I mean, you can just get into the team, make a pull request, commit some code, and then feel like I don't want to do anything more in this project. It's totally
sure.
fine. But let's see here. washout.se teams. I'll do like call core contributors. Create team. Okay, so what handle? Who should I? Is it like something with Sahil?
What?
On GitHub. What GitHub user should I?
Yeah, my GitHub name is Nafis Karim. If you, I don't know where to put the.
Can you type it in the Hangouts chat or something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. This one.
Does it mean anything?
Yes, this is my well, what do you call? This is my full name.
Oh, okay.
Almost full name. I have, and the names. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just need to make sure. Okay, so I invited you as a member. Or as a core contributor, but where do I set?
I'm now looking to your GitHub. Which project have you already created the GitHub for this project?
Yeah, so it's wash off. Okay. Wait a minute. I'll just.
Yeah, I found it. Wash
okay.
off.
Yeah. Where's the team? I'm trying to find where I give.
Is it necessary to set up the team, or anyone can like make a pull request and stuff?
You can actually just do pull request, but then you need to fork. There need to be some code on GitHub, and if you just clone the code down locally, You can't send a pull request up. I think, thinking about it, I do believe that you could make a pull request that way, depending on my settings. I believe that you shouldn't. I believe that you should own your own code as well on your own as your own repository. Did you accept the invitation? Can you check your email?
Oh.
I'm just trying to. Oh, do I need to go in here?
GitHub link. Yeah, I got the invite. I have just joined. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay, now
I'm now a member of washout, it says.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so so now you should be able to go into the project, and actually my advice is to set up SSH if you haven't, to make it easy. How used are you to the GitHub stuff?
I have GitHub set up. I mean, yeah, I can.
So do you know how to like do a pull request already? I mean, that's pretty hardcore. I mean, or have you like, what's the hardest thing you know with Git and GitHub that you can do?
I think I once used with IntelliJ IDEA. There was like plugin for GitHub push and stuff. So I used to do that. But there are like command prompts thing, so I can just download the things, and there might be some commands for pull request as well. I can figure that out. That's not a
okay,
problem.
but let's just go through. If you screen share your own screen, so you can take your time and like, I mean. But it's good if you on Google Hangouts, on the left side there's a green screen with a white arrow. So then you choose your screen to share, and then you need to press like share with everyone or something like on the top of the screen.
Yeah, I see. Enter screen.
And then I SSH. What operative system do you use?
Windows. Yeah,
Windows, of course. Okay, that changes everything.
Should I switch to Linux, because I have Linux installed as well?
No, actually, it's perfect if we actually make this project work with Windows. I just need to think if everything actually works, but I need to fix that, so it's perfect. It's just that the thing is that when you work on Windows, actually nowadays the best thing I think you can do is check how you install Ubuntu on Windows, like the Ubuntu terminal. Nowadays you can install.
Is it out now? Because I thought it would be coming on summer.
Huh? What did you say?
I mean the Bash. You mean the
Linux? Bash for Windows. It's like you have to activate development mode or something to get that patch. But I haven't tried it myself. I will try to actually stream next time on Windows and go through some stuff. But actually, just because you do Windows, I think the best thing you can do is let's see. I want to see your screen. There we go. So if you try to just download GitHub for Windows, I think that's the best alternative.
I think I have downloaded GitHub for Windows. This one.
Okay. So, and you had also that installs Git Bash. So if you want to use, like the way I do, I use Git Bash. Then you have most Unix commands and all that stuff. So if something doesn't work, I think that Git Bash actually helps with that. And so that's your alternative. The only thing is, I think that on these settings, like the terminal is not as pretty as on OS X and Linux. So it's a matter of taste. But I mean, it doesn't matter that much. So okay, let's actually start with setting up SSH on Windows, and then you need to Google GitHub SSH, and this will be pretty amazing. And honestly, I don't know everything about SSH. I'm a Windows dude originally myself, but getting used to SSH and like secure stuff like HTTPS. This is actually a starting point. Just generating your own SSH key and all that stuff. So just go in on first link and see. Can you enhance a bit, like the size of the text?
Yeah.
That's enough. Checking for existing. Oh, here, yeah. Just notice that on the top, to like below the generating an SSH key header, below that you can click on Mac or Windows. So there's instruction for both, and that's the good thing. Like they already have, so we will follow guideline for just Windows, and it's not that much harder. I've done it on both. Okay, so we'll just set up SSH, so we don't have to use password all the time. And so we'll just follow this. We don't need to review the SSH link, and we don't need to check for existing SSH keys because you haven't done anything like that previously. We need to generate a new SSH key, so you can go there. Yeah, new tab. So open Git Bash. We've done that. Paste the text below. I think when you paste it in, you use like Shift Insert.
Even here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Legacy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't think you need to use quotation, but it's good if you do anyhow.
Yeah. I need to check which email I'm using with Git. Shit.
Yeah. When you get deeper into the swamp of development online, you will use your GitHub account a lot. It's like Facebook. You use your login for like everything.
Okay, so here's my
Yo, you had a new line feed as well. Okay, just press
Control-C.
Just press, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's stuff like this that really makes the terminal get a bad reputation.
Yeah, but I like that. I mean, it's not a problem, but I mean, when you switch between Windows and Linux or Mac, it becomes then like quite messy because Windows use that front slash or
Yeah,
backslash, and
exactly. But that's
yeah,
actually a good reason why we should develop more on Windows, because I'm really that's the inclusiveness that I really want to get into my head. Like we should be able to write websites for like colorblind people or disabled people or just and Windows users in JavaScript land sometimes are really disabled when they shouldn't be.
yeah.
So it's kind of unfair, and it's easy to say like, yeah, but nobody uses Windows. A lot of people do.
So
Okay,
enter a file in which to
and
save.
the parentheses, if you just press enter, it uses that default file.
Okay.
So just press enter.
Okay.
And no passphrase for now.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
key would be for only for this project or something like that. Is it like different for different projects or?
No, it's the same for all GitHub projects. But the thing is that if you want to make it safer with passphrases and all that stuff and really make it secure later on, it's really
Yeah.
easy to just generate a new.
Yeah, new one. Yeah.
So this is, I think we'll go with the simplest, most default stuff right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so now we need to do that eval, like adding your SSH key to the SSH agent. And I have no idea what that means. It's really important. Like I'm
What's
actually,
that?
yeah, I think it's a representation of. I think you can use that somehow as your kind of password,
Uh-huh.
kind of like QR,
Can
I think.
yeah.
By the way, Kasim, I noticed that you joined. Hello. We can't hear you. Or
Yeah,
I can't.
unmute the mic.
But doesn't seem, no, it doesn't seem that it's muted. Then you have a symbol. So I think that it's something wrong. Like, but we can see, Kasim, if you want to write in the chat, you have up in the left corner a blue box with white lines. And then we can actually see the chat. But we can't. I will tell you as soon as I hear you say something. And also, I think that, yeah. We'll say if we hear. But if you find the chat, write it there. Okay, sorry. Okay, so eval, yeah. Press enter.
Yeah, this one, I mean, SSH agent.
I think you should have a SSH agent through GitHub. I mean through Git bash. Just run it and see what happens.
Agent pin 5.
Yeah. Okay. If you use. Okay. So step 2. Let's just. SSH.
IDRS, is it?
I think that actually copies it to the terminal. I mean to the copies it to the clipboard.
What?
So press enter, and now.
Okay, I could like modify ID RSA /_ RSA.
I'm a bit unsure what we're actually doing, but okay, just go to step 3.
Yes.
Yeah, it's.
Well, did I hear Kasim now?
Yes, Kasim, yes, you hear me now.
Yeah, it's a bit low, but I hear you. Well, welcome, Kasim. Nice to have you with us.
Yes, I'm learning. I'm just gonna listen for now and follow what you guys are doing.
That's and I love that. Totally fine. And you just turn off the mic. I mean, when you're in listening mode,
Yeah.
it's not a problem.
That's a jag uppskattar det.
Okay, so yeah, okay, that will make it to the. No, this is important. This is a live stream that's recorded, so don't show the content because then people can access your GitHub. So you can do that command without a problem, but then after that, just switch off the sharing once we get to actually adding. You don't need to do it right away. So for now, keep the sharing, but now we should go into your GitHub user account.
I don't have to set this once. Add the key to GitHub.
You do it on your profile. So it's
I thought from here, click. Okay.
Yeah, I know this. I know this
Okay.
by hand. So it's your profile.
Yeah.
Or settings, maybe. Sorry, settings. There we go. SSH.
And then.
Yeah, it actually has.
I have one.
GitHub for Windows, never used. I would actually revoke that since it's never been used, but you can do that later. New SSH key up in the right corner. And just,
What was the project?
So usually I say like what computer and if you have multiple operative systems, but basically it says which computer. And it's only for you, so you know when to delete it. So it doesn't need to make any sense for anyone else. Now, you need to paste the value in on key, and that's what you should not share with us on the stream.
This one?
No, when you did the command clip lesser than sign ID RSA, you got the public key in your clipboard. So you can actually paste it now, but you shouldn't. But just don't go out of screen sharing mode.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, good. And now you should just paste it into the big box. Did you get anything?
Yeah, I am getting this.
And once you saved it, you can start the sharing again. As long as we don't see the key value. And I think like the end of the long value should have like your email, if I remember correctly.
So I just not take the email and take the other things.
I think you should just paste it as you got it, like including everything, not even removing or.
Because in the end it's my email. So should I take the email as well, or?
Exactly as it. You should just paste it exactly as you got it from.
Okay,
yeah.
That's okay. Key. Key is invalid. It must be. It says key is invalid.
Can you paste the text in the chat? The error message?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it didn't begin with this thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we screwed something up in the process, for sure. Well, we'll make another try. I can. I think we should have like SSH dash. Okay, so everyone watching, it just said the key is invalid and must begin with, and then there's a list of different kind of protocols. I think it's like SSH dash or RSA or some SHA2 stuff that we should have used. I don't know what went wrong because we followed the guideline, but for now,
You can maybe try once again.
you could try and go through it again, but another thing is, it also said that you already had a public key through GitHub for Windows. So actually, you should be able to do it that way. But I don't know if it will work through the terminal. But it's interesting. It could work. And I think that, like, okay, we will just get stuck on this for a pretty long time. I think it's easier if we just, for now, we can just use HTTPS instead of SSH. And it's really easy to convert later on once you get the SSH key working. So for now, let's just accept defeat.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have access to this project. I'm going to screen share mode here. Wait. So.
Because it's live, so I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. And
I mean, we can. I can try configuring it later, but yeah, skip that for now.
And for me, I mean, I'm always complaining that I'm getting tired because that's how my body reacts to it. And I think it's an important reason why I want to do this a lot, even though there's not that many people watching, because if I had like 100 person watching me live, oh man, I would mess up all the time. So it takes a lot of time getting used to being filmed and being on camera live. It's really, you get really stupid.
Yeah.
Anyhow, moving on. Let's just get you set up. So what I want you to do is like, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
so both of you should be able to either, Kasim, if you want to, I can invite if I get GitHub name from you, or you can do what was it Joachim? Oh, I forgot.
I'll just watch for now.
Okay, Jesper it was. Okay, so then we'll do like this, that just copy the HTTPS. So set this here, the HTTPS, copy that link, then you go to your Windows terminal. Go to somewhere where you
want to copy.
Yeah, I'll just go into labs for now, git clone, and paste it in, shift insert, and then it clones it, and it will ask for your username and password, I think. And if you use GitHub Windows, I think that application can actually save your password, so you don't have to enter it every time you talk to the server. And that's why you use a SSH. Then you don't need to enter a password because you have that big file of yeah, it's just a really long password and really secure. So SSH is preferred.
Should I use that Git bash for or Windows PowerShell is okay?
It's up to you. It doesn't matter. So whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
So
the command is like git clone, then the HTTP link, right?
Yeah. That's the most important thing. And then you just type cd cd change directory to washout.se.
Yeah. Yes.
I need to see what I change. Okay, so meanwhile I'm doing some stuff as well, so I will just talk out loud.
Yes.
So now I'm just doing like I just did some. I need to remember what I actually did. Let me see. npm start, and I had localhost somewhere. Okay, hello world and 3 exclamation signs. That's good enough. Did I have any bad errors? No, I did not. Okay, so that's fine. And I'm not done with this feature yet. So this is a perfect moment to show, like, I'm adding some changes, git commit, and since I'm not done with this branch here, I will actually just write or init, but for clarity first, commit of hello world components. Okay, let's do it really obvious.
Have you already talked about the project? What's it's about?
Yeah, but I'll go through it a bit with you as well, and especially like what's up next. Like it doesn't really matter what the company is, but it's a real company. It's my little brother, and right now we just need some kind of structure so we can do cool stuff. I mean, really, I could do a simple non-React and non-RxJS stuff, or just like a WordPress site or whatever, like much
or a Bootstrap, much faster.
Yeah. For now, we will use Bootstrap just for the grid system, and for also, I mean, for grid system today, I would actually try to use Flexbox and learn that a bit more because it seems really good. But I guess Bootstrap, it's easier for more people to contribute to since it's a standard. And I think it's better with browser compatibility. If you have a mobile phone that's a bit older or whatever, it will look fine on that as well. And yeah, it's really hard to know when you write your own custom code if it's really backwards compatible to older devices. So I will use Bootstrap. But React and RxJS, that's kind of the way I want to be really good at programming on. So it will be interesting to kind of see if I manage to make other people feel comfortable committing code with those frameworks, because they're really, I mean, everyone is talking about React, and in my world, everybody is talking about reactive programming as well. So as a beginner, usually you won't hear about reactive programming, but you will hear about JavaScript and functional programming.
Functional programming is the new paradigm.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I think we talked about this the last time, Sahil, when we talked the last time.
Yeah.
But I think like the reactive programming for me, you don't need to call it functional or object-oriented, because you will borrow from both of those worlds. But it's more like you just write the flow of the code, like it was some kind of city with signal lights, and you just say like, when this signal goes red, these cars can't go in, and when it turns green, they come flying, and then set up another intersection and another intersection. Like, well, you have a city like all set up, and then you just press go when everything kind of works. It's a bad analogy if you haven't done reactive code, but if you write more imperative code, it's more like you're kind of following one car, and it's like, okay, now we're in this intersection, and it's the kind of the same way. You build that intersection, you build some lights, and build the intersection. Then you come to the next intersection, and you need to describe that, and then you think like, okay, so this car got a red light, and they go to the next place, and you get a red light there as well. Why? Maybe that one should be green when the first one. Then you do it like an if statement, like if this one is green, then this intersection should depend on that value. And now it's like you have different intersection kind of communicating, getting bound together. And what happens if you remove an intersection and do a roundabout instead? Then you destroy the entire code base. And I feel like reactive programming, then it's much more flexible in changing the code. And we'll look into that later. More pragmatic, my brother just need a website with information of how to reach him and how to, like, what does his company do. So we need some pictures and images from him later on, but it will need like a top menu, some content, maybe a left menu, but I don't think that, because it will be a simple site and just like scrolling site. And then a small footer. So those three parts are like the first goal component-wise.
Pretty simple, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And for now, before you guys joined, I did like the hello world, as you can see on my screen here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just pushed that up. Oh, and I need to set up stream, of course. Git push -u origin f. And as I talked on the earlier stream, tab completion like this. Now just typed f-h and then just tab and get autocomplete. That's really something you need on your terminal. Otherwise, you're gonna hit it because it goes so slow typing everything.
Yeah.
So now I'll push the code, and if we go to washout.se, we see here that we have a suggestion to compare and pull request. And I usually just have like a hello world component, like the branch name. We should have one component built with RxJS and React. That's the definition of done. Once we have something based on those two tools, then I'm done. But the interesting thing is that we will have more commits than one later, so now we will have to squash it. And what I want, what I want you to do, because I will actually leave this pull request open now and continue later.
Okay.
What I want you to do is solve. This one is actually done. I'll just go. Wait. I just need to fix this contributing, and this one is also done, and this one is done. Okay, so that one does not have any code. So this is just fix. Okay. And contributing, that was the one that Jesper did. So I just want to show the structure of the code, how I want it here. He did this one. And this one then closes issue 4 and 7. Wait. Oh, not 7. 4 and make Jesper 2. Okay, there we go. And now if I look at this, this is the important thing, that if I was my brother and I like the one owning this product, and he said like, this is something you need to solve. Now when we close the pull request, we should have also already when we started the pull request, we should have said like, this pull request will solve issue number 4 and 2, because then my brother can go into the system and see like what's happening with this issue. Oh, it's merged. Cool. Then he can like, if this is merged, can I see it live? Well, yeah, sure. You can go here and see the result. Oh, okay, cool. I think it's done. And this should actually be closed by Jesper, but he doesn't have the access, so I'll do it for him. And that one is done as well. Okay.
So you created all the issue in the beginning, and
no. Anyone can create an issue. That should be open for anyone. Kasim, Jesper, someone we don't know that watches this. I mean, anyone should be able to close an issue, open an issue. Now I just close some issues because we missed them. And it's really important that if you close an issue and it's like someone doing some like stupid question, you should really try to answer it in a polite way. Like explain that like I'm closing this issue and you can keep asking questions, but so, like you want to keep as few issues open as possible. So you close them pretty early, but it doesn't mean that you can keep the discussion going on a closed issue.
Okay.
Okay. So what I want you to do is do this one here.
Create code of conduct.
Oh, I thought I actually added a link here. I will actually throw in a link because let's see. There is a pretty good code of conduct file that I want to use. Okay, so the steps here are I want us to actually now create a pull request really early, just to show people how we do that. So I wanted to create a branch, a new branch locally with it checkout -b f -foo where foo is like some name for that you have to come up with for that feature.
Mm.
So F is for feature, but replace this foo with something else. So that's the first step. And what more? Add and
Should I do it now?
do it now, right away, and I will just keep on writing the steps so you can actually see on my screen what the next step is, and I'll just talk out loud what I write.
Yeah.
I don't have to commit with git commit allow empty.
Yeah. Add an empty.
And backticks are just for markup, so you don't include the backticks.
Can I make the zoom a little bit, your browser? Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you do the git commit allow empty, that will just make a commit without any code. That's a hack for us to be able to make a push up to GitHub, and we will see why soon. Push to origin GitHub with git /u origin foo. Go to and create a pull request. Okay, so how's it going for you?
Yeah, I just did a push and got people and created.
Oh, you did a push. All right, let's see.
I'll make a push request. Pull request.
Did you do a pull request?
No,
no.
I'll do it now. I'll do it now. New pull request. Yeah. Choose. Yeah. Primary. Create a pull request. Yeah. Yes. I just did it.
All right, nice. Okay, so the important thing here, why we did all this kind of hooplas just to make a pull request, is that on GitHub you cannot do a pull request before you made a commit. But the thing is that sometimes a pull request is kind of you discuss with the team the technical details. So the issue for me is the discussion from kind of a product owner, like the user perspective or whatnot, and the non-coding stuff, and say like, okay, so what do we need to, like, what value do we want to add to the product? What do we want to do to move the product forward? And this is those kind of things. The pull request is the code and the discussion around the code. And if you're unsure of like how you're supposed to do the code, then make a pull request, and then discuss it there, and get some help around the code. And then you can hide it from like the overall discussion. But then we need to have one commit. We can't do a pull request without one commit, and that's why we do -- allow - empty. Then we get one commit without any files changed.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyhow, now we have a place where you can work. Like you have the branch, you have the local branch on your local computer, and on there you should create a new file and use the code of conduct that I linked. And once you've done that, you should push it up to this branch. And I will actually, because there's some things in that file that we need to change. And yeah, I'll provide some feedback on that. So now I think it's time for you to share your screen instead, since Sahil, you're the one that's actually doing all the stuff.
Okay, so the thing is, I'll be solving another issue here. Add a hello world component. Which one?
Oh! Right now you're on the create code of conduct.
Create
so
code.
issue 5, and we should also write that in the pull request that it fixes number 5.
Okay.
So can you start your screen share?
Yes. Formatted picture bigger. Can you see?
Yeah, I just need to click on your, and I'll move it to the other screen so it's a bit bigger. Here we go. All right. Perfect.
Do you need to zoom more? Or
No,
okay?
it's fine for me. Kasim, is it fine?
Yes, yes.
Cool. Also, change the name of first the f dash prime, and don't do it now. But just so you know, dash primary. Better name would have been like f dash code of conduct or something, because primary doesn't really say with a good title what it's actually what this pull request will actually do. So once you have like 100 in a really big project, like you won't have 100, but let's say just 10. It's really messy if they just say like F primary, F secondary, F tertiary, and so on. So it's really good to have some kind of explanatory title and branch name. But for now, we'll just roll with the punches and keep it, because it's better if the branch and the pull request name stays synced.
Yeah.
So we'll go with this. So if you click on the link, yeah, just copy and paste that into a file in in your favorite editor.
Yeah.
Code of conduct with large, like uppercase, and lower, what's it called? Underscore. So
Okay.
check the name from the link so you see.
Like this.
Yeah. .md with small m and d, lowercase. Yeah, and just paste it in. Now, there might be some link if we just go scroll through that.
Yeah, there are links there.
Yeah, those are fine. Go up a bit.
The last links are there. Should I go up?
Yeah, up. I think it's fine. I can edit it later, but it just like attribution. It's just that this is borrowed, or I mean copied from some kind of organization, like group of people, open source people, that wrote together a code of conduct, and basically it just says like being inclusive and accept. Don't bully other people and all that stuff. So it's just a formality. You don't need to have it on the project, but I think it's good to put your foot down and like you really need to be thoughtful and nice to people. That's all.
Yeah. So I make another commit with the same branch name and stuff.
So you don't need to make a checkout now, and just do git status.
Status.
Yeah, git status.
Okay. This one.
Yeah. Enter. So
yeah.
That's we just need to add that file, but go up a bit or make it larger. Here we see that your branch is up to date with origin/f primary. So on branch, on the first row it says on branch f primary. So we're on the right branch.
Yeah.
We just need to add that code of conduct file with git add, and I use dot. I think you can git add the file name or git add -a and all other stuff, but I use a dot.
Like this.
Yeah.
And the file name.
No, just like that. Enter. Git status. You can just do like up arrow. So now we see changes to be committed. So now we already have one commit, and we now have another commit. And the thing is, like, I only want you to present one commit once we merge it into development. So the commit message here doesn't matter. So you can actually just do git commit message, -m for message. You don't want to allow empty. So git -m, and just like I do quotation dot quotation, like that. When the message doesn't matter.
Okay, so you write the message here.
Yeah, I think you don't. It doesn't allow an empty string. So either, dot is just, it doesn't matter what, you can just write like blaha blaha or whatever, but I just do one single sign and I just write dots.
So I can just write like...
It won't matter. It will disappear in the end. So that message, whatever you write as a message now, will disappear once we merge it. And that's the reason I do dot.
Okay.
And it's kind of confusing for some people, like, well, in the early days of Git, it was really important to have good messages because you need to know what code comes from where. But once we started to formalize it with pull requests, you kind of do lots of commits that are like you as a person do some ugly stuff. Like lots of commits that you don't care about what you committed. Like, this is the end of the day, or like, I haven't touched the code in 1 week and now I just want to commit stuff before I continue. you do like all these where's commits. So it doesn't matter as long as you're in a pull request. It doesn't matter because we clean it up later.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can just push it up.
Mm-hmm. And
without you just git push. Now you don't need it because we already used the U command to set upstream to say like where it should send everything. So now it knows. And now I saw on my screen that something happened. Yeah, another commit. Files changed. Yeah, okay, so it looks fine to me. And formally, if we didn't do this online, so I will just like, this looks great. I will mark PR accepted. Go. Okay, so now if you go to your pull requests, or that's a good way to go in as well. So if you see here, you see the status is first commit and it's open. So click on, I think it's number 10. You can click on, you don't need to close it yet. Wait for that. So, but click on the first commit F primary down there, like the number 10. Okay,
which one?
scroll down. And a bit down, left. Down. You see, I have referenced this issue 7 minutes ago. As a
okay. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, click on that. Now we go to the actual pull request, and you see that I said like this looks great, PR accepted. Now I will click merge pull request normally, but since you screen share already, I'll make you do it. So click on that green button, and here there's a small that small button like the down here, squash and merge.
Okay.
Yeah, and here you get like one short message and a long message. The first message is the only one we need. But so go into like the message box above the green screen, the green button, I mean, and just delete all the text in there. And because that's the list of your commit messages, and I'm not interested in those.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So deleted.
And now you can just click confirm, squash, and merge. All right. Delete branch.
So
And you see, look, if you happen to click something, you can restore the branch. Mm-hmm. So even though you click delete, you can just like toggle it off and on for a while. I mean, it will be deleted, I think, sooner or later. But it's good to know that it's not that scary. As long as you just add code, you don't need to be scared of doing stuff wrong because it goes so fast to undo mistakes. This way, how we're working is really structured, so it's hard to screw things up.
So this branch will be, I won't be like able to, my computer won't be able to see the branch again, right? Because we just
no. If you go to your terminal, and just write, I think it's git branch. Is it git branch? Just try writing git branch like that.
Primary.
Yeah. So you have that left. If you want to remove it, you do git branch dash uppercase D, as in delete, and then the branch name, f-primary.
Okay. Otherwise,
Enter.
it would sit physically in my folders.
Huh?
Otherwise, it would sit
Otherwise,
physically in my folders.
yeah.
In
Otherwise,
my computer.
yeah.
No?
Okay. Yeah. Your current answer. You need to go git checkout dash. It's a shortcut. Enter. Then you switch to the last one. Now you can just up and do that. And also now you can do git pull. And there's you get the code
merged.
contacts.
No.
And if you do git log, I always forget if it's git log or logs, but try log. Yeah.
All the comments.
You get it, and a queue to exit.
Okay.
Okay. So there we go. But as you we're going to do, if you go back to GitHub, you were about to press close on the actual issue, and that is what you should do now. So there should be some link here, like fixes number 5. Go back. So here's the link, fixes number 5. And here, if you scroll down, we see, like, so this is the reason, like, now anyone that feels like they own this issue can go in here and just say, like, I'll go into the same and do it. So I will usually write something like this is now merged to master. Oh, by the way, we can actually check that this works. Do a new issue. Oh, wait. Okay, one step at a time. Okay, this is now merged to master. Okay. So I'm pressing close and comment. So now you see this is now merged to master, closing. And that's usually what happens, that I created the issue, and as that I might be the one that owns the issue, but I actually assigned you. I'm assigning you. So usually it's kind of like someone owns that issue, like the one that found a bug or whatever. And either one that fixes the bug or implements like the new feature, closes this issue, or the one that reported it closes the issue.
So the owner will, for example, the owner should close the issue, who opened the issue.
Yeah, so the opener should, I think the best thing is that if the if it's some external person that can't really close, I mean, we could actually have that situation where there's someone owning the issue that can't press the close button or doesn't dare because it's too unused. I mean, not that familiar to GitHub.
Yeah.
The person just recently learned how to make a new issue. Then you can say, like, I think this is done. Closing the issue. Tell me if you think that it's not done. Then you can always reopen it.
Okay.
So that's what I do with, like, my bosses. When they write a new issue, they can write it in Slack, like a chat system, and that chat system creates an issue on GitHub. I can close it
You
there.
mean Slack?
Huh?
Slack.
Yeah, Slack.
Ah,
so
okay.
we use Slack, and
Okay.
you can do some stuff like webhooks and stuff to create issues. But anyhow, usually you can, as the implementer, like you did the code of conduct file. There's not much else to do, and you can be proactive and say, like, I really think that this is basic enough for me to close. Then close it. Because someone else that disagrees can always reopen it again. No hard feelings.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be afraid of closing it. one thing that we should do before closing this, but I just want to like have this discussion and move on. Now, what we actually can do to verify this is go and click Issues up on the left, and the New Issue, the button on the green button you barely see on the right side. And here we have guidelines for contributing. Click the blue link. Guidelines for contributing. The yellow, yeah, that. And then here we have you agree to the code of conduct. Press that link and see if it works.
Yeah.
Boom. So there we actually had a validation that it worked as a part of the product. It's only documentation, but we still need to verify it if we can. And now we did. And so now we could have closed the issue if we did like the real like kind of real coding way of doing things. We really want to verify. Like we have some kind of hypothesis. We implement the hypothesis and we verify that it works as
then we close. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for today. Really good work, and I'll try. I mean, we'll try to set stuff up. I'll try to open issues, and we can have like an offline debate with like what you want to do, because we have lots of small stuff that need to be done. So I'll try to create like issues that are pretty simple and add instructions of how to do them. So more people from the Stockholm like free code camp people can help each other doing all these. I mean, this is the second time I went through this, and it always takes about an hour, it seems to, just to go through these basic steps.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good drill. It's a good code kata for people to like go through a couple of times.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I will try to focus on doing the first component, because then people can see like how the code will actually look like.
Yeah. Meanwhile, have you had the concrete plan and in written or in mind, or?
We don't have any kind of plan or whatever, and that could also be a really good issue and a discussion. So,
like for example, you said that the problem we're working on can easily be solved with the frameworks and I mean Bootstrap or any CMS, but we are like doing this for like getting habituated with this kind of stuff. So like for example, that problem we will be solving in a different approach. So we will be having a different kind of plan.
yeah, and I mean,
or the solving approach is like open, wide open.
I mean, open like anything goes. We just get the job done, or
no, wide open. I mean, yeah.
Because I'm keeping it strict in that kind of sense that I've already chosen the technologies. The reason is because I'm a junior at these tools as well, and I mean React is something that most of us want to learn. RxJS, no beginner will ever like say reactive programming. That looks so cool, because it's too like it's too much philosophical thinking into it. So if you know that it's cool, you're not that junior anymore. So that's my choice, doing it with RxJS.
Yeah. I mean to say that open. When I say open, I mean to say that the tools we'll be using. We have already selected, but the plan to solve the problem. I mean.
Oh, that's totally open, and I think that I mean, say here, you should actually make an issue for that point and open that discussion as an issue, because that's something that I'm going to. I mean, we already know the structure that we will follow a normal kind of web page structure, but we need we can create issues for every design decision we need to make, and anyone on Free Code Camp Stockholm can help here. Like, we need some kind of README for like what kind of business is it. I have a logo that I will show later on. I think it's like single color, so we can transform the color any way we want. But I mean, just the color, what's it called? The color template, choosing the colors. That's something that I suck at. We need to have the right contrast and all that stuff. I mean, that's why my page is just black and yellow, because it's high contrast enough and one color and one background color. That's all I need to make a web page, and I'm not the designer. So I really need people's help here, and it's a really good time to step in and help out with small but really important stuff. Same thing with setting up like a bootstrap structure. People can just write like sample HTML snippets in like JSBin or CodePen. I'm like, okay, this is a basic structure for the menu and content and footer, and make an issue of that and like show examples. So all these discussions, it's totally open.
Okay.
I like to do some black box testing.
So what's that?
That is it's not the code, but when the website is up to a point that I'll go and test and see if everything is working, like if the menu, the links, if you have to add in sign-in information, different things like that. If all that is working, just an input and an output, but it's not about a code, which is white box tested. It's just a black box.
Okay, now I know what you mean. Yeah. That's much. I always use smoke testing, but yeah, black box. Yeah.
Well, I'm open to learning what you do also. So.
No, but it's been so. It's quite interesting because that's like the first term I learned, and it was so long ago I totally forgot about it. And like that's the correct term. I actually swapped to using other terms, but the correct term is black box and white box. That's a really good.
You're a very good teacher, and I think you have a very wonderful way of coordinating this project. You have a very good attitude. I appreciate you very much.
Cool.
Yeah, true.
Okay, cool. But I mean, Kasim Sahel, please make issues for it. I mean, when it's just like I have this idea, I have like I want to help in this kind of way, even though, as I said, I might close them down because it's like it's a discussion, or it's like I can help with this, and it's okay, I know you can help with that, and then I'm closing the issue because it's like, yeah, I'll contact you when we do it. The black box, though, I think that would be worth having open. But anyhow, put issues up. Because that's and also I think it will help your friends, our friends at Free Code Camp Stockholm, to realize like it's not that hard to contribute. And let's see where we can go from there.
Yeah, the first issue is write a README, proper README.
yeah, and we have the package.json. Like, okay, so the README should actually be, there's no description provided, but should contain the problem. Let's see here. Should contain. Oh, the README should contain somehow. It's not the order or anything, but the problem, how the problem is solved, how to install and run install, run, and deploy the project. Comment. Okay, so that's kind of definition of read. The README file should really start with like, okay, so washout.se, that's the web page for a company called washout.se on this address, and right now it's the Firebase address. And later on, so let's see, I'll add that to link to development.
Are you sharing your screen?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I can do that.
Should I close mine?
Yeah. Sure. Sent to everyone. Hide. Okay, so that's the link. So it's not just to make sure, make it clear. This is not enough information for a junior person to make a README file, like make it fully like completed. Those steps should really. So we need to have a really better setup to help junior developers go through all those steps with like setting up the pull requests, actually forking. Like if I don't invite people as team members, they need to know how to fork on GitHub and all those things. So that's kind of like the contributing side. How do they contribute? But here, like the README file, the most important thing is like how do I install, how do I run the project, like with npm start, how to deploy it. We deploy it with Firebase right now. That will change in the future. But how do they deploy this project to their own Firebase? So that should also be somehow in the project. And it could be like half a page. It doesn't need to be long at all. But I will help structuring issues. But any issues that you know will be needed before we have a production-ready website.
Yeah.
Just create those issues and help with that. I will work more this weekend, and I'll see how much time I have. I have other. I really got this going today, so I haven't planned like to set up a certain amount of time. But if you people start adding issues and like doing pull requests or whatever, I will see it on GitHub. So I mean, I will always be there if there's any questions or if you want to do some cool stuff. But yeah, let's call it quits for this session today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really cool that you both joined.
We're thankful too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, good night, guys.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Try to write some, at least some brief description about the website so that we can think of the issues. What might come.
I will invite my brother as well, and so he can start making issues as a product owner. But yeah, okay. I will. Yeah, I will add. I already asked you. I will add logos and like texts and different stuff like phone numbers, emails, all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
That's so, bro.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Good night.